Good morning students. Today we are going to study about the behavior of magnetic needle on Earth's surface. Now this is the rough view of the Earth's surface. This is our Earth. This is the axis of rotation of Earth. Means this is the axis around which the Earth rotates. This line is the geographical equator. What is an equator? Our equator is a line which divides Earth into two hemispheres, that is northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. This is our northern hemisphere. This is our southern hemisphere. This is a rough sketch of the Earth, a magnet placed inside the Earth. The south pole of this magnet lies in the northern hemisphere and the north pole lies in the southern hemisphere. This is the rough sketch. These are the all terms which will be explained to you. Okay students, this you can see. This is the pole. In the northern hemisphere there is south pole. In the southern hemisphere there is north pole, and this is the axis of rotation of Earth. This is the dotted line which is shown here, that is known as the magnetic equator. This is the north pole of the magnet inside the Earth, and this is the south pole of the magnet inside the Earth. Now, if we suspend a magnetic needle and it rotates in the vertical plane, if we take a magnetic needle, suspend it to a thread and take it on different place of Earth, then the needle behaves differently at different places, which means the magnetic field of Earth is different at different points. Now, the two places on the Earth where the magnetic needle which we suspend on Earth becomes perpendicular to Earth's surface, that is vertical, are called geomagnetic poles. That is geomagnetic south pole and geomagnetic north pole. The south pole is in northern hemisphere and north pole is in the southern hemisphere. Now the line joining the magnetic north and magnetic south pole is known as magnetic axis of Earth. Means the line which will pass through this south pole and this is north pole is known as magnetic axis of Earth, and the axis through which the Earth rotates is known as axis of rotation of Earth. Next, the plane perpendicular to the magnetic axis of Earth passing through the points where the magnetic needle is parallel to Earth's surface intersects the spherical surface into the circle is known as magnetic equator. This is the dotted line. Means everywhere where this line lies on Earth, everywhere on the magnetic equator, the magnetic needle will be parallel to the Earth's magnetic field, and at the poles the magnetic needle will be perpendicular to the Earth's magnetic field. Now it is evident from the above behavior that the lines of force of Earth's magnetic field will be perpendicular to the surface near the pole and parallel near the equator. Now the magnitude and direction of the Earth's magnetic field over the area is same. Where there is uniform magnetic field, there the magnetic जो भी आपकी magnetic field intensity है, that will be. Now we will study the elements of the Earth magnetic field. There are three elements of Earth magnetic field. The first element of Earth's magnetic field is known as angle of declination. To define the angle of declination, first of all we will define the magnetic meridian, that is shown here, and the geographic meridian. What is magnetic meridian? Magnetic meridian is the vertical plane passing through the axis of magnetic needle. This is the axis of a magnet. This is a magnetic needle. This is the axis of a magnetic needle which is suspended freely through the center of gravity. Center of gravity के point से जब हम इस magnetic needle को freely suspend करते हैं, तो the line, this is the axis which is the passing through the this is the line, the vertical plane passing through the axis of magnetic needle suspended freely through its center of gravity at rest under Earth's field is called magnetic meridian. This is the plane which is passing through the axis of a freely suspended needle. This is known as magnetic meridian, and the vertical plane, this is the vertical plane which is passing through geographical north and geographical south pole. This is known as geographic meridian. And the angle, here you can see the angle alpha. Alpha is the angle between geographic meridian and the magnetic meridian. The angle between the geographic meridian and the magnetic meridian is known as the angle of declination. Next we have the angle of dip. What is angle of dip? Now, if a magnetic needle is pivoted on a horizontal axis through, ये हमारी magnetic needle है, it is pivoted through its center of gravity so that it is free to rotate in a vertical plane. In the steady state, in magnetic meridian, the angle dips down. जो सीधी needle है, it dips down by an angle. This type of needle is known as dip needle. और इस जो needle है जिसे suspend करते हैं, which dips down, this type of needle is known as dip needle. And the angle between the axis of the needle, जो axis of the needle है, the angle between the axis of the needle and horizontal direction. This is the horizontal direction. If we join a line here, this is the axis of the needle. So angle between the axis of the needle and the horizontal direction is known as the angle of dip.